Hello! Getting straight into it, we are starting off with Group 2, Round 1, Battle 4. This is Day 3, I believe. So, starting off, we've got Sylveon Drillbur. Sylveon absolutely destroyed Drillbur, left nothing remaining. I kind of expected it. I don't hate Drillbur, but Sylveon is in fact an evolution, so it was kind of unfair. Iron Boulder Dottler. I did not expect Iron Boulder to win that much, but I suppose its connotation with Terrakion probably helped it through, and Dottler's not exactly a beloved Pokemon. Pancham Archeops smoked him, obviously. Poochyena Monkey Dory, this is the hardest a legendary has ever lost to a regular Pokemon, specifically a Route 1 normal type. Well, he's dark, but he's a Route 1 Pokemon. This is embarrassing, Monkey Dory. You are a loser. Omanite Druddigon, ashamed to see a fossil gone so early, but Druddigon has been getting the love it's deserved in recent times, so I'm all about it. Next, we have Pheromosa Spearow. Kind of expected, but, you know, good on Spearow for getting anything out of this. Fair enough. By the way, I am going through these just on my posts, so I can't actually see when days start and end. So, next day, I think Tauros Kingdra. I didn't expect Kingdra to win this much, genuinely. I thought that was quite baffling. But people like Kingdra, I guess. But I thought Tauros was more loved than that. But, you know, it is what it is. Chikorita Dubwool. Big dub for the Chikorita fans. Fat L for the dub fans. Because Chikorita kicked his ass pretty handily. Apom Spidops. Apom is my least favourite Pokemon ever. So to see it win over funny Splatoon Spider, upsetting, but I guess bias will get you everywhere in the life. Gourgeist, Furfrou. This is the first one that actively pissed me off. Gourgeist is worse Trevenant, and Furfrou is baller. He's a dynamo. He's the best. I love Furfrou. So the fact that Gourgeist eliminated Furfrou pissed me off to no end. I hate Gourgeist now more because of it. Gothitelle Tynamo. Gothitelle just edged out Tynamo. Barely. Very, very barely, but big on Tynamo for actually living that long. Good job. Seismitoad Swoobat. I didn't think it wouldn't happen, but I assumed Seismitoad would win because Swoobat's kind of ugly. And he did. Good job. Seismitoad, you move into round 2. Matang Florigato. Now, this is one of those things where it's hard. Like, Florigato, decent middle evolution of one of the more liked starter lines. But is it as good as the Matang line? Would Beldum have won here? Almost definitely no. Would Metagross have won? Guaranteed yes. Would Florigato have beat Matang? That was in the air, really, and it ended up being a lot closer than anyone probably expected. So, well done, Matang, for getting that one sorted. Manaphy Celesteela, our first. I know Ultra Beasts aren't legends, but I consider them roughly legend equivalent. So, Legend v Legend, in my eyes, and Celesteela beat Manaphy. What can I say? People like Ultra Beasts. Horsey Basculin. Fish versus Fish. Fish won, but the one with the fin on the back that looks like a wing. Horsey won. I just described two of the exact same Pokemon. Horsey won. Horsey kicked Basculin's ass. It was actually quite funny. Vikavolt Buizel. It was kind of unfair for Buizel, but you take what you get. And Buizel was given nothing. Stuffle Lotad. I like Stuffle, but Lotad is the GOAT. Good job, Lotad. Bonsly Ambipom. Looking at the posts, Ambipom is currently 10% ahead, 55-45. So Ambipom, it's fair, I guess. I don't hate Ambipom like I hate Apom, but whatever. Kingler Comfey. Now, I didn't expect Comfey to lose quite so handily, but I didn't expect it to win. So I was right there. I believe this is a new day. Kingler beat Comfey. Totally fine. I get it. It's understandable. Kingler is cool. I like crabs. Comfey is flowers. Whatever. Oh no, wait. Stuffle Lotad was the beginning of the day. Never mind. Slurpuff Charmeleon. This one I was like, oh, this could go either way, and then I remembered Slurpuff is nothing, essentially. No one really cares about Slurpuff, so I guess I was wrong. Charmeleon beat it up quite bad. Togedemaru Weezing. Weezing. Cool Gen 1 Pokemon, beloved Pokemon of James, Team Rocket, but apparently Togedemaru is just cooler, or at least people like it more. It is what it is. Ludicolo Revavroom wasn't even a competition. Ludicolo Mariachi Duck for the win, 100 times out of 100. Good job. Reshiram Numel. I felt terrible doing this. Genuinely, Reshiram Numel was so unfair. Reshiram is a beloved Gen 5 legendary Pokemon, and Numel is cool. I love Numel. I actually might like Numel more than Reshiram, but it was never going to outpace the amount of Reshiram lovers, so sorry, Numel. And last one of the day, the GOAT versus Snorunt. I like Snorunt, but you weren't going to beat Swampert. I'm sorry. Swampert is too cool. Best starter ever, and also hella awesome. So yeah, Swampert was always going to kick Snorunt's ass. Shame. Hippopotas versus Throw. I didn't expect Hippopotas to kick Throw's ass that bad, but like I said with Hippowdon, people like hippos, I guess. Torchic Mamoswine. I was actually a little baffled. Like, Combuskin would have lost to Mamoswine, Blaziken would have beat Mamoswine, but Torchic was quite 50-50. I thought I wouldn't have put it past everyone if Mamoswine had won, but he didn't. Torchic has destroyed a fully evolved Pokemon. Good job, boy. Clobberpuss Jumpluff. Jumpluff doesn't get enough love, mainly because it's got a bad typing, bad stats, and was in a generation where it didn't really matter, and its moveset is quite poor, and it's not really got any beneficial things to it at all. So Clobberpuss winning didn't exactly shock me, but I wish I wish it was a better Pokemon to have stood a chance here, but you know, it is what it is. Wigglytuff Amoonguss. I saw people saying that Amoonguss only won because it's a meme, but I can't remember a time where Wigglytuff was a particularly loved Pokemon. Like, it's not hated, but I don't remember a time where people were like, Wigglytuff is the best. No. Like, maybe in Gen 1, but this is Gen 9. And Amoonguss is a meme, is competitively viable, incredibly, and people like Amoonguss. I don't know. I just didn't get why people were like, there's no way Amoonguss won this. Fucking young people. I didn't get that. Bidoof Vanillux. Now, this wasn't an unprecedented win. Bidoof is obviously the Lord Incarnate, as we know. But I didn't expect it to go quite so handily for Bidoof. I would have thought it'd be closer to 50-50, honestly, but Vanillux just doesn't get the respect it doesn't deserve, but I want it to have anyway. Shame. Oh well. And then, last one of the week, we had Chingling Axew, and Axew kicked the shit out of the baby. Who guessed? I guessed. I knew it was going to happen. Obviously. So yeah, that is all that's happened this week. There's supposed to technically be a day extra, but I couldn't be asked, so there will just be an extra day on next week, which starts with Delmai's Mindslax. But yes, that is currently where we're at. Blessed be all of the victors. This is obviously going to carry on. We are in... So the Chingling Axew, that was Group 5, Round 1, Battle 6. So it was the 5th group, it was the first round, and it is the 6th battle in that group. So there are 41 groups. Currently, the most recent match is... where is it? Sawaddle Vesperquin. As of recording this, Sawaddle Vesperquin, which is Group 7. There are 41 groups. This has been going on for a week and a half now, and we are about 1/5, 5.5 of the way through the first round. So this is going to take a long time, but I hope you're all having fun. I am. It's fun to see everyone's opinions again, and it's it's getting me comments. So take that, YouTube. But yeah. I also have one question. So, as you can see on the screen, we've got 6 different matches. So that's one day on the screen at once. Would you prefer if instead of doing a day at a time, I did a match at a time? So, a day at a time means we're going to be having like 5 to 6 or 4 to 6 sort of screens like this each week. Or if I do a match at a time... it will be like the whole screen dedicated to like Hippopotas and Throw. It would be Hippopotas and Throw on screen, and it would just be a bigger version of that. It would cause more movement in the video, so it'd be slightly more engaging, because I don't plan on editing these really. So it'd be slightly more engaging, but up to you, honestly. Just comment if you do want it, and if you don't, I'll just keep doing this. It's nice and easy. But yeah, that is everything for this week. I will see you next week for the updated results. There are some interesting ones coming. There's a couple more legends have been killed off, and there's a lot of funny landslides that have happened. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into it. So see you next week for the updated results. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye bye now.